We can't forget about what we're doing because what we are doing is so goddamn important. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to LFM TV. So listen, I wanted to talk about my little service. It's called Scientology Served Me. They gave me a little service. I guess I should sort of cover the address, but it really doesn't matter because they got it wrong. And at this point, they probably know exactly where I live and they're just being dumb. But I got served. So let's talk about this. As some of you know, I'll let some of you come in. Hi, thank you all for being here. Thank you all for being here. So this is an important one because two things, or I guess three things. One, I wanted to just update you guys on what happened here. And two, it will be a good reason to also talk about Valerie Haneys' court case. And basically, she's going through this arbitration. So it's Scientology arbitration. Let's be very clear about that. Also wanted to shout out Dan Walks LA for gifting me this amazing shirt. It's a copy off the Volunteer Minister. Little, what do we call them in a polite way? Fraudsters, the vultures, the volunteer vultures. And so it's just amazing because it literally says suppressive person, F Sciento. And on the back, it's just great. So I can't wait to wear this when I'm protesting outside of the Volunteer Minister tents. Like, hi there. It's going to be epic. Okay, cool. Thank you all for being here. So I have Valerie Haney herself, who's going to jump on and we can chat a bit. Talk about what happened, but I also just wanted to explain like the scenario because we always want to know the scenarios of what happened. How the fuck did this happen? So, as you guys know, like a day or two ago, me, Dan Walks LA, Apostate Alex, Audit LA came out. And then Apostate Alex had met some other people previously before that. Anyway, so we were protesting at the testing center in Hollywood. And I guess we were there for not even like an hour or two, maybe an hour and a half, 2 hours, and meeting up. And so we decided to go after the protests across the street so we can still keep our little protesting eye on the testing center Scientology building there on Hollywood. And of course we know, okay, born and raised here in this cult. We obviously know they're watching us and they have their Eagle Hawk fucking cameras and whatever. But so we go, me, Audit LA, and Apostate Alex and Dan Walks go to the sushi place across the street. And we're out on the outside sitting there. And this is the scenario, okay? So we're sitting there for a little bit, chit-chatting, catching up, and ordered our food. I guess we were like in the middle of like ordering and whatevers. And who this happens right after we're protesting, okay? And who happens to walk by other than Joey or Rocket? Shall we call him? Is that what he prefers? A Rocket? So, actually, Dan's here. I actually was wondering if Dan would jump in and enjoy this with me. Let me welcome Dan Walks LA so we can enjoy this story together. Hi, Dan.
Hi, sweetie. What a crazy time.
What a great day anyways. And then we're like, oh, just when we thought we were done and relaxing, having a nice, sweet little sushi dinner.
We were just eating in peace. We weren't even like, we were just, cults across the street, just keep an eye on it. But there was just a series of odd coincidences that led up to this moment.
Okay, so I'm sitting there literally like this with Dan, and I'm like talking to him, and I see him kind of looking off to his side a bit. So I know he's like, okay, good. I think he's keeping an eye on the Scientos and making sure they're not coming to harass us or anything like that. And just we're making sure those doors are keeping closed because we're trying to save people from that cult. Okay, so I see him kind of looking, and off to my corner of my right eye, I literally see no other than Joey
with dog
in hand, walking, and has to stop by because, of course, Dan is in the neighborhood. Dan has to put up with all.
I'm his favorite. What can I say? Lucky me.
All of the neighborhoods. And so he's like, "Oh, hi!" And out at
my
LA's
favorite protesters. I'm like,
literally with the accent. And here at Apostate Alex really doesn't know who he is, and so he's kind of like just sort of casually talking while I've just had my back completely turned, and I'm like, I'm not giving this guy no attention. Da 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 da. Right. So this weird thing happens, and he's just trying to say hi and kind of like good roads, good weather. That's kind of how I would put it.
weird.
And weird, just a weird thing. And then I go tell Alex, I'm like, oh my God, that's Joey. Like, he literally owes Streets LA and the lawyer like $160,000.
Gave him the whole backstory.
Whatever, gave him the whole backstory.
And then we were all like, oh, well, that character spawned. Wouldn't it be funny if we saw Patrick Perry?
Literally, like, it was, yeah. And Apostate Alex was like, oh, yeah, like, because he's heard, obviously, who Patrick Perry is.
And so not even 10, 15 minutes later.
Not even 10, 15 minutes later, Patrick Perry comes walking by with his dog and, just checking in to see who's there, right? There he goes, Patrick.
And we catch him, like, once he passes by, and audit's like, film him. So I'm like, okay, give me your phone. I'm filming him. And he's on the phone crossing the street in front of the testing center. I'm like, oh, also weird. Okay.
Yeah. So then he goes walking across the street, and we're like, okay, cool, whatever.
It's gone. Fine.
Literally just kind of like in the Scientology protesting world, this is the kind of stuff that happens. You're like, literally like, okay, what else can we expect? So we're sitting there, and then so Patrick Perry goes by, and Dan starts looking off to the side again, and he notices the security guards. Well, will you explain what you're seeing?
I mean, I just caught out of the corner of my eye. You know how part of it is fenced off where they hold like the Winter Wonderland? It's the parking lot, that area. The fence is pretty tall, but you know, I saw two figures behind the fence kind of like peek up, and you know, then they a little bit of action back there, but I'm like, and I even pointed it out to you. I'm like, there are people behind the fence over there at the testing center. Interesting. Okay, whatever. But I just felt like I was being watched. I felt like there were eyes on us, you know, like that just weird feeling. And, you know, just these two little like whack-a-moles over there. And so I was like, oh, that's also weird. Joey, Patrick, and now these two random figures.
Bobblehead
very
security
strange,
guard.
right?
Right.
And I told you what I just saw, and you're like, oh, whatever, you know, just, okay, keep an eye on it, right?
Yeah.
And then what?
Okay, so then I'm like, oh, okay. And then I look and I see them like bopping up. And I'm like,
so you
they
saw them
literally
too.
look like little ninja, like with the black mask. They're like, burr, burr, burr. And I'm like, okay, they're just, in my mind, I was like, they're just Scientology OSA people keeping an eye on us, you know? And so then, I would say about 20 minutes later, maybe 30 minutes later, I don't even know. All of a sudden, I'm talking to Dan, and Dan kind of looks up and is making this face like, oh, who is this person coming toward us?
Approaching.
And we're just sitting right outside on the outside patio of the sushi place. And all I see is I turn and I see a black outfit that says security, and it literally is one of the Scientology security guards. So I put the two and two together, and my reaction immediately was to just turn and not look, and went away like, I don't know who you are, get away from me.
Well, he approached, and what did he say? Did he say Laura Megan Anderson?
He literally said, hi, are you Laura Megan? No, he said Laura Megan Anderson, and then I was like, I don't know who you are.
I don't know. You're like, I don't know.
Away from
and then he like drops it in front of you on the table, and you're like, I'm not touching that.
And I looked, and I was like, I don't know what that is. I'm not touching that. I didn't touch it. I was like, I didn't receive it. I didn't know what the fuck was
I didn't receive it. Yeah, that's exactly right.
Not mine. Like a eagle catching lava. I was like,
and I'm so mad at myself because the Joey
you
coincidence,
just had the
Patrick,
video.
I just had the phone, and then I see these two guys, and like, you know, at that point we're like, well, we're just taking a break, we're enjoying our food, whatever. Like, I don't want to take out the camera, and I should have. I just knew I should have, because I feel like if we were filming it, or if I did like the cult cam, just kind of like steady streamed it on the cult, like they probably wouldn't have come over. But unfortunately, I went against my own intuition.
Your instinct. That's
and
so
just
funny.
didn't do it.
You're like,
So-
I'm just gonna do a little cute private stream.
Yeah, if only. But it was
then-
really wild.
So then he drops the thing, and you're like, what the frick is that? We're like, what the fuck is that?
And he just walks
and
away.
he just walks away. Right. And he just walks away. So then I'm like, what the fuck do I do? Okay. Literally. And then at this point I go, okay, Dan, can you please film this? Because I don't know what the fuck is in this thing. Okay. Hold on. So let me
Oh, you have the video?
let me if
Ooh.
I can let me see if I'm a professional at all. And also, if I could, may I please also invite two other beautiful guests that obviously we have Miss Valerie Haneys herself. And I will definitely, she will be the one that I will ask. But I do want to add Nora and Dan Walks and myself all to be on the stage so that we can all.
Hi, Nora!
Because this is
Brady
it's-
Bunch.
This is a very lovely Brady Bunch here. And I just love that we're all here because now I feel, Valerie, at this point, you've met Nora and you've met Dan Walks from the Father's Day protest. So this feels much better.
It was so good. So
Yeah.
That was
And
awesome.
so now, Valerie, you're hearing the perspective of what the F happened right now. Okay. Right.
Oh my
So
God, I can't believe they just walked up to you like that and was like, threw it at you like, yeah.
yeah. And it was like a waste of our time. It was almost like he was going to pick it up and just say, oh, yeah, I gave it to her and she didn't take it. Like almost as if he wanted
He didn't
that.
want to touch you either. Like
Right. That's why I was like,
It was
whoa.
so weird. So
Right.
weird because it's not serving. Like they're trying to be like so official and so it's like literally like a made up like circus.
I'm
Like,
gonna
it's so
literally
crazy.
show it.
But
I have it right
Laura,
here.
Does it have your actual address on it before you dox yourself on the screen?
No,
Okay.
no. I already did.
They got it wrong.
Yeah. They
But
got it
also,
wrong.
like, they can't
And-
afford a stamp. Like, how broke is Scientology right now? They can't afford a forever stamp.
So it literally is on their church. Remember this, Valerie? Isn't that your
Yes.
favorite?
Still got that
Do we all love that?
Oh my God.
It is impressive.
So
That shit's
annoying.
not cheap, yo.
It's not cheap. That's not that heading.
That's premium cult shit right there.
It better be
Wow.
fucking gold and shiny, man. It
Right?
better- that shit better shine when she reads it.
And it's got to be embossed.
And now my
everything.
fingerprints all over it because I just couldn't stop feeling it. I'm like, oh, this is so shiny and so nice.
That paper costs more money than they ever paid
The
us
pa-
the entire time we worked there.
Yeah,
Like-
this is some thick ass. This is almost like
It's no-
cloth.
Haven't you ever been to like Paperworks to the paper store and you can just like see all
Yes.
the really cool shit? Like,
Yes.
That's not cheap.
No, it's
No.
not. And doing the heading and the print and the gold
Oh,
and,
yeah.
and where you can literally feel it because they're probably like, even blind people can go OT8.
But who sent that to you? Who's it officially from?
Okay, so let's read it.
it's
Literally, it's all the
very
info's
nice.
there. Yeah, all the info's there. So
It must be
okay,
the IJC.
let me show you this video just because it's really cute, guys. Okay,
Yeah.
hold on.
Okay.
So
You guys know
present.
that Karen Powell died, right?
What's that?
No.
Yeah, Karen.
What
Powell
happened?
Died like last month. You know how I
Karen
found that out? Fucking
Wow.
Reddit, our Scientology, they're all like, "Oh no, well, she died." And I'm like, "Why are we mourning her?" But yeah, she died.
Oh wow.
It's
So
something
do
to
you
do
want to
with-
explain, Nora, who that is?
So she was the lady who basically took over, you know, like first there was Heber. He was the president of the church. For all the three of us here, we were like, oh, Heber's the president.
Mr. Heber Gents.
Like, he would come out with his little collar and his fucking Mormon hair and shit and say, you know, very impressive things. And then, of course, he got locked away. So then Mike Rinder took over in that position of like being the spokesperson. And then he was locked away. And then we had Tommy Davis, who was everywhere. And then he ran away to Vegas. And then like he didn't even get locked away. He was like, not today, Satan. And then, you know, he's just running a real estate scam on the side now. That's what he's doing. And then you had this, not Karen Powell, Marion Powell, and she was the faceless spokesperson for Scientology. She never went out publicly. She was never in front of the cameras. She was never like, here I am, pop, pop, pop. She would always send in a written statement. to the press or to the news or whatever. But she was the de facto person. And then the person who sent you this letter is the last person that we know of from like the old days, from back in my day, who's still there, because Kristen Catano can't like be out front yet, but she's next. We know she's
maybe. I don't know. I don't think so, because strictly because of the reason that she's been in the Sea Org her whole life.
So was Marion. She was in there for like 60 years. She was in there from the 70s until she died.
I think you're right. You could be right. There's certain things though that I'm like, I feel like if that was the case, they would have already been all up on that.
Heber joined when he was like 20, and he had grown up in a huge, he has so many nieces and nephews because his dad had, what was it? How many kids? 17 kids or some bullshit. Like he comes from one of those. Like his dad was a polygamous Mormon.
So wait, the person is Marion Powell?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
See, that sounds familiar.
Oh, yeah, you know her. She was at the Gold Base forever.
Yeah, do you have a picture? Yeah. If you have a picture, I would absolutely. I almost think it's the girl that's in the video of the PR video we did for the natives there. I think she was one of the gold staff that was there.
Oh, she probably
could be.
Yeah,
totally could be.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so why we're getting so like worked up about this is because this is the first time I have received anything from leaving the Sea Org, from leaving.
Oh my God.
From anything from Scientology. Wow. I've asked for my I've asked for my declared suppressive order. Won't give it to me. Wouldn't even read it to me. No,
of course not.
That's what my dad was trying to get me to go into Celebrity Center so that the MAA could read and show me my goldenrod suppressive declare order
and not give it to you, which is also
and not give it to me.
That's yeah.
Literally.
Like they're so twisted. They're so disgusting.
And it's like, why? Because they don't want us putting this out to the world. Like that is what Scientology do. Everything has to be secret. So that's why I was also freaking out. Like, oh, am I getting served? Is this something with Moxon? Am I going to have to like, boom, go get a lawyer? Like I'm ready to go. You know what I mean?
No.
That's why watching you read it. Sorry.
Like that.
Yeah.
Oh yes. Marine Pow. Yes. Wow.
And watching you read it silently at the table, we're all like, what's in it? Mom,
okay, yeah, let me show.
Everything.
Thank you. Yes, let me share the screen. Okay, before I forget.
A whole thing on it because, of course, Janice knew Marion because they were both on the ship together and stuff with Lafayette. So
right. That's so crazy. Okay, wow. So this was, I don't know why, it wasn't just, guys, because it's Scientology. It's also because I'm like, it was the feeling like, am I getting declared all over again?
Oh, it's totally triggering. It's totally
I'm receiving
disgusting.
the paper.
And the way they did it and how disrespectful of just another human being they are. And oh my God, it was so gross. Gross.
Okay, so I literally I'm like, okay, film this.
Outside or inside?
Outside, literally. And he came outside over the railing. Yeah. Okay. So I'm the weird, and I pick it up. This is when I literally pick it up, and I'm like opening it up to see what it is. Let's see. Play. So Audit said you could say and do whatever you want. It's in your possession now.
They didn't even put it in an envelope.
No, it was in this envelope.
Oh, okay.
I freaked out because I was like, "Good, bring me in." I was ready for like a lawsuit or something.
Right. There's no sound on the video.
Oh, there isn't? Shit.
No, I can't hear it. Can you guys hear it?
No, but I was wondering.
No, I'm reading her lips and looking at what's happening.
I lived it, so I was like, oh, it's fine.
This is so annoying. Well, that's completely useless. Okay, so I'm just going to read it. That's so... I read.
Okay. Well, there was
this
the
is
moment,
me replaying, and now my hair looks cute, and I'm ready, and I'm not all stressed out after protesting. Okay, so now I'm reading it. I'm like, okay, you guys are shocked. You're like, what the fuck is it? Okay, no, I'm just kidding. Okay, so by the way, they printed this July 16th.
Wow.
So they've been, I guess, trying to give this to me. well, clearly they have the wrong address, so that probably wasn't working. They're like, I wonder if she knows.
They probably got it sent back. That's probably what happened.
Probably. But clearly, guys, there's no postage on the envelope. So this is hand route. Okay, so it says re Valerie Haney arbitration. And then I went, oh, I kind of relaxed and I was like, okay. It says, Dear Miss Anderson, I have been informed that Church of Scientology, not that the Church of Scientology. Okay.
Barf.
I have been informed that Church of Scientology International intends to request that the arbitration committee call you as a witness at the next meeting of the ongoing arbitration requested by Valerie Haney. First of all, I just really want to say Valerie Haney did not request to do this arbitration.
Sure.
That is so gross and garbage.
No, but that's their manipulative. They're literally constantly every little sentence they do is manipulate everything.
So they legally can be like, see, they can say we said requested. It was requested by Valerie. You know, if she really wants to work this out, she would really make sure that her friend would show up.
Let's not lie about that. Valerie does want to work it out. She wants to get what she's owed. Okay.
No, I'm just mimicking what they would say.
Justice.
Yeah,
exactly.
justice.
I want to get fucking justice and have them actually go to jail for criminal activities.
Yes.
Because that's what they're doing.
Yes.
Yep.
That's how we work it out.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. It's unbelievable. Anyway,
And so it says, it says, please be available between July 28th and August 1st. Sincerely, Mike Ellis, International Justice Chief. So the current, the myth, the legend, Mike
writing, ethics aficionado, Mike Ellis. Has he been at any of these things, Valerie?
No.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Okay, so
I wonder if he's still alive. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, I feel like they're just using his name. Is he in a hole somewhere? Is he?
He could be. Totally could be.
Program?
I do think
could be.
Yeah, I do feel like, I mean, we're getting closer and closer every day, but I do believe that there are ways to literally file some sort of report, like where is so-and-so, and it could be like a report can be filed almost on any Sea Org member at this point, especially the ones that have been in there for over 40 years. I mean,
there's people that I would love to know where the hell they are, you know.
Right.
For sure.
Valerie just popped out. Probably got a phone call. It's okay. Valerie, when you're ready, come back up. I'll just put you down there for now. Let me show you guys something which is really cute.
Dan, what do you think about this though? As somebody who's never been through this, like, we can joke about it, but like, what were your reactions being like a non-combatant essentially in this war against Scientology when that happened, when this rando walks up and did that?
You know, it's sort of twofold, because it's like you expect anything, especially having been part of the protest now for what, a year and a half, you know, give or take, where I'm like, okay, anything can happen, but to actually see it and the way they just like dropped it, it was like, am I in the Twilight Zone? Like, what is happening? And just the way they were kind of like peeking over the fence at us, you know, from a distance, it was just like, this isn't real. And just too many coincidences, you know? I feel like I should have seen this coming, or like we knew something was about to like happen, like to this extent. But you know, we were enjoying each other's company, and you know, just kind of keeping the bullshit over there. But
life like regular humans,
How about that? What a concept!
We were trying.
So crazy. So
I know.
crazy.
Let me ask you about this picture. Did you guys know Celebrity Center? We went to Disneyland so many times because we wanted the birthday game. Did you guys just like tag along? You're like, I'm in charge of Celebrity Center.
Valerie, you
This
explain.
was in this. Okay, so
what is this from?
So this is
Clearwater.
Laura, you're 13, right? In this photo,
14 and a half-ish.
Okay. So this was in Clearwater, and this is when I was in CMO. This was before I was working for Dave and Shelley. So
how old are you there, Valerie?
I was 18.
Okay.
Or 17. No, 17. I was 7. I think I was 17. Yeah. Because it's so funny. Through the arbitration, I actually found out that I got married at 17, not 18. And I signed the like anyway, because I have everything documented. So they're showing me like, you did this and you did this. Oh, okay, great. Minor. Okay, great. Minor. Okay, great.
Yeah.
Minor. Like, anyway.
Yeah.
But like it's insane. It's
Yep.
insane. And Kirsten Catano's on, in the room the entire time. And
Gross.
it's like literally the abusers that have
Yeah.
abused me.
I wanted
and
to
that
just
have
tell.
been abused. Like it's so crazy. Anyway.
Yep. No,
But
no,
yeah,
no.
this-
I wanted you to say that. And also I want to tell people that obviously Valerie can't get deep into the arbitration and all of that, but it's her choice. She can do whatever the F she effing wants. But I do want to make a note. There are certain questions like in things even in the lawsuit that she's not even able to say. So she will hold her tongue on a few things. But so this is why it's exciting literally now that
says no comment, then we just move on. We're not gonna
exactly. It's a simple she'll give you whatever and give you the no comment. Exactly.
First of all, we know, hi Osa. We know you guys are watching.
Oh,
Chris,
for sure they are.
Absolutely.
Hi,
And
Osa.
being
Look
recorded
at us.
Yeah.
Look how cute people were. Remember when you were that young, Chris? Remember when you had a day off like this and you had a good time? Remember that? Probably like 10 years ago, the last time you had libs.
Yeah.
Remember that?
Oh no, this wasn't libs. This
Nope.
was
Okay, let's
this was an
explain.
organized. Okay.
You guys doing an event?
Nope.
No.
So she was, I would say, you know what was happening kind of around this time in terms of our post positions and everything, which is the job in the Sea Org for those watching, is Valerie was on the books. Like they were looking at her as coming to RTC eventually or coming up lines, as they would say, I'm going to go up lines, or I'm going to eventually be like a steward or an assistant for the assistants, or be, Emily's assistant or whatever. Like
she was on the fast track.
She was she was
I
a
was
cutie
I was
patootie.
selected.
Yes, hand selected cutie patootie with a booty attitude. And remember, I was at the Int Ranch. I already had been to Gold Base. I already understood a little bit, even though because now I have a different perspective a bit. I'm in Clearwater a little bit. I've been in Clearwater now for basically like 2.5 years. And so. And before this, let me show you a cute picture after this. I was in HCO. Here, let me just pop this down for a second. This picture, see, I had just left HCO. Isn't that cute, Valerie?
Yes.
Hold on, let me get rid of the light. Look at me getting people ethics in.
Like, don't take a picture of me.
That's Debbie Vanadastrad, Jenny Vanadastrad, and Debbie Vanadastrad. There's
I gotcha.
But she was like, she was kind of shy, introverted a little bit, and she would like stare down at the logbook all the time. Like, who can I tell to come into ethics next and see the MAA?
Were you there in 96 and 95?
No, we all left. Oh wait, Valerie, you were?
Yeah.
Yes.
That's when I joined the Surrogate 95.
95 and in Clearwater, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because that's when I was in Clearwater for the original, fucking training blitz that we all. The golden age of tech.
The golden age of tech training blitz.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's explain
crazy.
this photo, and then we can move on with this psychotic photo.
Good night, Joe.
Yeah. So I was basically I was in CMO, and they were grooming, whatever, me to go to RTC and
sorry, let me cut you off and I'll never do it again. Just kidding.
You can totally cut me off anytime you want. I love you to the moon and back.
Literally, that's how you
Can we get that in writing?
Yeah, can we get that in writing? And I'm totally joking, and I did that because I know Valerie, we both are.
No,
like,
we do. Yeah. It's
cut me off anytime you want. Go, do it.
Absolutely.
Yes. So basically, I was just saying the perspective of me being at Gold Base, and that me and Valerie actually became really close. Because she was going up to. I already knew. From what I knew, I was like, oh, she looks like she's on her way up to RTC, but she was still in CMO, but she had left from being the INR, the inspections report, and had moved over to for more like hosting. And what was the post title again?
Public Affairs Chief.
Oh, she is
Commodore's
the chief.
Messengers Organization.
Very
Yeah.
fancy.
So she was the PA chief, public
Yeah.
affairs chief, and so she was over Christmas presents for the executives, gifts for publics, you know, literally safe pointing people that were directly like, this person needs a package, this person needs a basket, send them flowers. Valerie would be doing that, and those orders
Yeah.
would be coming from Emily and the assistants and David Miscavige's crew, right?
Exactly.
And then eventually Valerie worked up, whatever, got her approval and all that, and was going to RTC. And even in Clearwater, she did make it to that level. Like she was,
Yeah.
she was definitely in RTC. Like she had her uniform and everything. But this photo was a time when she was in between. And I was coming into CMOCW from HCO. And she thought I was so cute, and I was like, oh my God, you're so pretty and adorable. Oh my God, you're like my big sister. Literally. I was like, you're like the sister I never had, kind of.
Yeah, totally. It was
and-
so crazy too, just on a note, how we met and how like I fucking like literally, sorry, excuse my language. The first time I saw you, I was like, who is this? Because there was what, like 20, 30 people that like got crated out from
from
the ranch.
Yeah.
To Florida, and then everybody arrived, and you were this like freaking golden star. I'm like, what? Who's that? Obviously everyone listening knows that is true to this day. But it was very much so awesome. So
okay, so
fabulous.
she was in the fancy schmancy high executive crew, and then at this point, the execs and stuff were allowed to have certain time off, like go to Disneyland and things like that. Like it was around, right, Valerie?
No. So this was public affairs chief. So it's all PR. Like you have to show that you're a somewhat normal human. You have to take photos. They made you take photos to send to your family, so your family would like think, oh, they're doing normal human things. Okay, so it's not that bad. Yeah, that was like a day out of the 365 days. This was an orchestrated, like public
and they would have other. And wouldn't they have other Sea Org members all there as well at the same time?
Yeah.
And it would be an orchestrated thing like, we'll have the family all meet here at this time. Yeah. And the buses of the Sea Org would pull up.
Yeah, the buses went to Disneyland, and it was like...
And you said, you're coming with me. And I was like, okay.
Exactly.
I felt so wanted.
Yeah.
Okay, so now you tell the story, because you know a lot more about all that.
Yeah, so basically...
you said you were wild when you saw me, you just grabbed me.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
Assault.
yeah. Yeah, no, you were definitely different than... I mean, you're just a fucking firecracker the entire time.
And then, don't you remember we also went jet skiing?
Yeah, that was for Sea Org Day.
Okay, so we also had the Sea Org Day thing. I just remember, so that we always had these random moments where I was like, uh-oh, look. She was like, what are you doing for Sea Org Day? Because, we'd be like with our Nextel cell phones, like, yes, sir, yes, sir. And so we like had
our
like
BlackBerry
a break.
Pagers, yeah.
Yeah, with our Banana Republic pants that I would like, they were like knockdowns from Valerie. But they were like spick and span, and I was like, "Oh my God, this is perfect for the same size."
Had, like, the people that could steal the wardrobe from, right? We just had like those friends where you'd get like the one shirt and then the one pair of pants, and like
yeah, exactly. And being in the public relations like position, it was kind of like, okay, well, it's okay that you can buy clothes. Like, it's not okay that these people can buy clothes, but it's okay that you can. Like, it was anyway. it was
literally
kind of
like, and so I felt so honored that she would give me her like the hand-me-downs of amazing like clothes. I was like, yes, Banana Republic. I was like, oh, this is quality. I remember literally what quality was like because of being around you. And when I went on the Lisa McPherson case, this is so shitty and sad, but when I was a runner, a messenger runner on the Lisa McPherson case, they would always make me wear civvies, which I loved. I hated going back into this CMO uniform after that. Because it was like for like 6 months or something. So anyways, but I remember like Banana Republic and Ann Taylor, like remember this bright poppin' green long sleeve banana or like Ann Taylor shirt you gave me, and it like popped my eyes out, and I was like, I thought I was the prettiest human on the planet.
You were. I mean,
and I was like, this shit is so soft. Oh my God. And she, anyways, at one point, like Marty
and sorry, just so everyone is aware, like this was not from my pay. This was from family members. This was from maybe saving up. I don't remember. This was not because I could afford this stuff. This was.
And also, sometimes when you were going to RTC, they would allot you 3 sets of brand new amazing thing, and that's part of the like suck up of the. Oh, they didn't.
They would give you money to buy civilian clothes, so you would look like a normal human when you go out with Dave.
Right.
So they would give you more money than a normal Sea Org member's pay, is what I'm trying to say.
And then how
you had to look nice.
And but how would you? So then, so you get the money, and then where do you go to? What was that store down the way? Down. What was there? What was that?
Dillard's.
No.
Not Dillard's. That's what was in Clearwater.
Oh, the one that was like 2 minutes away from the buildings because we actually couldn't.
And
go
it was
to the mall.
literally for old ladies and stuff.
Yes,
but we would get our uniform shoes in there because they would be
Steinmart.
Oh my God.
That or the one stoppy shoppy, because they would keep all the pantyhose there at the one stoppy shoppy.
Yeah, true. Steinmart.
Steinmart. And so that's why I'm laughing. So because we would be folding and making the clothes so crisp and great, you know, like literally crisp while we were putting them in the present that the executive was going to open anyways, right? But here we are with our, you know, the extra $40 or $100 that they gave us for these upstack clothes to go to Steinmart or something to get something just like quick and easy. But anyway,
so crazy.
Yeah.
So Dave and the executives would Marty Rathman literally gave me a gift. One of the gifts during the case time was from Marty Rathman, and it was like an Ann Taylor shirt or something. It was like, I forget what it was, but I was like, oh my God. I was so honored. Like, I'm never going to get a stain on this shirt. Oh my God.
It was beautiful.
Anyways, okay. So that was the whole vibe.
It was all PR. It was all PR. Like I really
it wasn't that Valerie was like high up getting some joy in some things. No, it's literally power is shoved up your ass, and it's just bullshit. It's all fantasy, and then you have to make it look fun. Just like celebrities in Hollywood, they have to make it look like they're having such a great life, but they're really like on the edge of losing it.
Why were you guys standing in front of all these Disney products here? Were you at?
No. So we went to Disneyland.
We went to Disney World as the PR thing for all the thing, and she was like, "What are you doing?" And I was like, "I don't know." And then because she was my senior above me, I was like, "Oh, I'm going to Disneyland with Mr. Haney, Mr. Light."
Right.
Because I was married.
If they're executives or a higher rank, then you have to refer to them as Sir or Mr. and their last name. Can I show a picture real quick? Just to like tag on to this PR thing here. Let me see if I can do it. Oh, sunny beaches. Hang on.
This PR thing, that's so funny.
Well, here's the deal, guys. Like, for example, at Celebrity Center, as you guys know, right? So one of the things they do is every year there's the, okay, thank you. Do all the things. Okay.
That's how I am. I'm
you have the, now put it on the screen.
Me?
No, she's talking to her computer.
Put it in the little
I'm like, you can do it, Nora. You have my permission. Do you want me to do it for you?
But it's so crazy.
I don't have the controls to change the view, so you have to do that.
Do you want me to? I helped you, Nora. Nora, say thank you, Laura, because that was a really hard thing. I didn't even know I could fucking do that.
Thank you, Laura.
You're welcome. Anytime.
You're part of it. Okay, thank you. All right, so that is me at the gala. Okay, now, never mind that. Like, I never love wearing dresses. But this is the point. Like what Valerie's saying is that when you have to look a certain way, they are going to give that to you. Now I have another picture which is worse PR than that. These are just family photos here. Everyone's like, okay, this one.
Should I remove it and add it when you're ready?
It's fine. It's just
I don't want to accidentally dox nobody.
It's okay. This now talk about borrowing clothes. This is a picture of me while I was on the concentration camp, and this was taken during Christmas as like proof of life photos. They set up a little backdrop because I forget who it was, but we had one morning we woke up, guys, and we had 150 new people in the concentration camp with us that had been transported by bus overnight from Hemet, from the bases, when David Miscavige was like, I don't want to look at these, disgusting down stats anymore. And he moved the whole RPF off the base.
It's really like that. Nora's not joking. It's literally like they literally call it RTC standards for a reason. They have their own view, their own, it has to be like this. Never, David, that needs to be away. The door, nothing can bump him when he's walking in. He's going to come through that door. You better be right. It's like literally like that.
Yeah. But this shirt is not mine. This necklace was mine, but you couldn't really wear a lot of jewelry. Like I used to just keep it in my locker. And then I had like earrings I just never took off. But actually I didn't have earrings at that time. Right. So this is somebody else's earring. Somebody slapped makeup on my face so I didn't look totally sickly. Right.
Absolutely.
Like,
absolutely.
It is wild that this is a picture that like I sent a bunch of them to my mom so she could send them out to the relatives to be like, hey, look how happy Nora is. This is like honestly one of the saddest pictures of my entire life because there's no happiness in this photo. Even in the other one where I'm in a gown, that was a fun night because I got to like schmooze with celebrities and like people, noticed me. And you get this like little bit of dopamine and love bombing in those. And also because we serve sushi, like I got to eat some sushi and like, we got like leftovers and stuff, and the desserts are always good at the gown. But like, you get these little moments where you have like these tiny bits of joy where you're getting like nutrition or something or actual like real affection from people. And then you're like, yes, I can keep doing it. But like, there's none of that.
Totally.
Here.
You're totally right. That's exactly what happens. How happy
everybody is. It's total bullshit.
Yeah. Right. And it's worse. Like when not worse. I should not say that at all. My perspective as growing up as a child at the ranch where I had a mother who was obsessed with photography, and I also just love photography and video and editing. And look at my mom, she's editing for Inside the Brainwashing Cult. But it's like, oh my God, don't let me lose my train of thought. Mom editing
photographs, you have to do
photographs. Look like all of these photos are all PR. It's all fake. Like this is me coming in to HCO CMO, leaving Florida, come do this. This is me when I was leaving CMO, basically around when I was leaving CMO. But all these pictures, this is me before I left when I was leaving Gold Base. There's Brandy Whitmore. I was just talking about her on my live stream. And there's my sister. Like, I was so small. These images, all like this is going to make you laugh.
Laura, how old are you?
Which one?
The one
with Brandy?
With Brandy.
I was literally I just was on my way to Flag. I was 13 years old. I just turned.
I mean, like, Laura, look how tiny you are.
And
you're just being put on a plane by yourself to go to a place you've never been, to go live with who knows the fuck who. Like, we just trusted everything was going to happen. And guys, this is before cell phones. This is before any of that shit. Like, so when Laura flew from California to Florida, okay, she had to get off the plane, make her way through an unknown airport outside where she just stood and waited until like a van showed up with some rando who was like, okay, let's go. It could have been like, we could have literally been kidnapped at any point. You got it. Make it go right.
And we would have been like, oh, okay, get in the van. Okay, sure.
Yeah.
Is this the private flag service van?
Yes, absolutely.
Totally. But yeah, PR photos. I've been trying to, what was so upsetting internally. Sorry, I got to show you this, guys. Totally
Who else
won't.
had a family photo fucking shoot like J.C. Penney style besides you, Laura? I mean, like honestly,
Walmart.
Walmart. Okay, I'm sorry. I was trying to give you the benefit of the doubt.
And my mom literally gave me what we call a bowl haircut. It literally looks like they put a bowl on my head.
That's everybody in the 80s, honey. We all had that haircut once.
I mean, look at like mom, like daughter.
Look at your sister's hair is all fucking uneven. Your mom's.
They're all.
She used some kitchen.
But also. Yeah, but also it's interesting because like when you go do these family photos, it's like
it's exciting.
Yeah. So
it's exciting. So you're like kind of happy. You're like, what?
Right. Exactly.
Oh my God, I'm with mom, dad.
Nora. Yeah. Like when you do an event and you have this, oh my God, you taste sushi for the first time in your life. And you have like this happiness. And then, but what's interesting is that they then go, oh, take a photo. Oh, take a photo. Oh, take a photo. Send it to your family. Send it to your family. Take a photo. Take a photo. And they also keep all of your photos. So it's not, you have no privacy. You have no, and that's what I'm also learning in this arbitration because they're, showing me all the photos that I've ever had taken ever of me, and which I don't even have copies of. Yeah. And they've also stolen some photos from my phone when I was anyway. Yeah. So anyway, that's that's interesting. But anyways, it's definitely it's all for PR. Like I think I mentioned in the arbitration, like, okay, cool. So the people that were, in the concentration camps and the Holocaust, do you think they never smiled? Do you think, but you guys, okay, I have to take it to you. You guys were a little smarter because you took photos of everybody, and then it's like, okay, what about, people that have, that have been raped their entire life? You think they've never smiled? No, they've, but it's been taken photos of. And like, so it's definitely, where it's like, oh, look at how happy we were. Look at how, okay. But when you're also like born into a brainwashing mentality and actually, a cult mentality of like, okay, we're doing this to help the world and da da da. But then you find out that you're actually not. And you're actually not helping people. And it's, it's quite sad. Anyway.
Did you grow up in Florida?
Yeah. So I was
Floridian. Okay.
Yeah, I wasn't born there, but we moved there when I was 5, and that's when I joined the Sea Org. And my mom was a Sea Org member.
Were like doing a bunch of stuff at Flag.
So my parents were in the Sea Org before I was born, and they were in the Sea Org in LA. And then my so I was trying to get the time right, because I know that when the cadet org was formed, or like, okay, you can't have kids now that are younger than 6 years old. There's all these rules and whatever, right?
That was the first rule imposed after the whole nanny gate situation.
Yeah.
From the first era of kids. And so then they were like, well, this is real bad. We got to do something better. So now you can't join unless your kid's at least 6, because then they can start a job.
Exactly. But it was all bullshit. And again, PR, because when that was 1986 or 85.
Yeah, I was going to say Flag. At the ranch, I knew as a child, born in 1986, February 12th, and L. Ron Hubbard died 1986, February 6th. And so, of course, I am the reincarnated L. Ron Hubbard. Just kidding. Okay, gross. But what I was
makes sense now, Laura.
I'm telling you, I'm coming out.
I gotta go.
I'm trying to fix the fucking problem. Okay, but I do remember being like literally thinking, oh my God, I'm so glad that I made it to the ranch just in time. Like, I'm so glad I was able to be with my parents. And that was also always an emotion that was always held over Scientology Sea Org children and kids, was they think if I make my own decisions, I'm going to disappoint my mom and dad. And that's why. It was literally because The mom already planned for how you should act. We did this for you. Look, I'm dedicating to save the world so you could be in a better world. So you must be okay.
Yes.
So that
was
you have
said
to
a
let
lot.
me. You have to
Yeah.
let me do what I need to do so that you can also be a part of the win about clearing the planet.
And that you can be in a better world, and we're making the world a better place.
Exactly,
and
so that you
the
don't
world is
end up
so
on psych
bad,
drugs.
And and I don't want to have you get raped or on psych drugs or whatever. It was instilled very young age.
Oh,
like
yeah.
this was 2-year-old conversations. This was 3-year-old conversations. Like this was not. But what I was gonna say is that whenever that rule was like PR completely, because when I went to Flag and I went into the cadet org when I was 5, there was babies. And I remember actually changing babies' diapers when I was like 8 as a job. Like like so
See?
there was
No,
still
but this is
babies there,
Valerie, this is so
and-
important because my last few streams have been talking about the child abuse directly and the forced labor, and it literally starts from baby policies in the 70s. This shit was happening with babies that were literally getting shipped off to the hospital.
Hold this up because on Tuesday this book drops for the world, and what Valerie is saying right now is fucking confirmation of what, because Jamie's part of like the OG, he's
young. He was one of those babies, and he was one of those kids.
That was in the original nanny houses, in Los Angeles.
Yeah, with 20 kids and one person to look after 20 screaming babies. Like, that's why I went to help when I was like 7 years old. Like I was like, oh, I don't know, they're crying. Let me help them. And I was changing their diapers.
We could, I got my first babysitting job for my mom's besties at 7, and they would just go out. I'm a 7-year-old with my younger sister who is 3, and their baby, who's a fucking baby.
Exactly.
I'm just watching them for hours. Like, it's cool. Nora's got it.
Exactly. But that also goes into, that they don't believe in children at all. And they think that everyone is an adult stuck in little bodies. And, it rapes your childhood. Like you don't actually get a proper life. Like anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It changes the brain. You're literally changing the form of your brain.
Yeah. You don't have that love. You don't have the parents. You don't have the nurturing. You don't, you have that militant at birth, not birth, but like at 1,
Kind of, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So
let me ask you a question, because I just see you shaking your head. Like, what was in compare, like this isn't a trauma off here or anything like that, but like, would you imagine your life in a scenario where, as a young child, do you remember, can you recall a time? I feel like I'm putting you in session.
Oh my God.
Can you recall a time where, like, honestly, where you didn't get love and affection from your parents? You know what I mean? Like, if you were crying, you got a skin knee. Were your parents there to give you a kiss and kiss it better and like put a Band-Aid on that?
I'm a mama's boy. And 100%, I have the most amazing parents. I have the most beautiful family. And
awesome.
Hearing all these stories just makes me so appreciate them. And I live, across the country from them. And so whenever I reunite with them, it's just like, thank you. Thank you for everything you gave to me. I want to make you proud out there. Anything that I'm doing, and so all of your stories are just fuel for like, this is so unfair. And you guys were robbed of childhood that like I am so grateful, because I was able to explore my talents. I had it's privilege, right? It's like and
no,
I'm
normal.
grateful.
It's normal. We have the unnormal. It should be normal. Like that.
It should be, but unfortunately it's more widespread and not as normal as you would think. And it's so sad. And I'm just grateful and appreciative. And so to answer your question, no, I can't, because somebody was always there for me. And, I have a sister, she's my best friend, and we're a bond that will never be broken. And, I'm just so grateful. Yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
mean, it's
that's
just
awesome.
it's funny because when we tell our stories, obviously there's so many similarities, just because of the doctrine and the
Yeah.
indoctrination and things like that.
Yeah.
But even if we listen, especially for me, like I watched this special on HBO called Breath of Fire, and it's about this Kundalini yoga cult, right? And I'm watching
Mm.
the development of this cult from the guy who was from Pakistan and came and was like, he was here in the 60s and people just saw him in a turban and they're like, you can teach me yoga? And he's like, yes. Like he didn't even know yoga. You know what I mean? Like he just made
Yeah.
shit up. Like total typical cult leader, right? Like we're going to do these things. Like it's so made up. At one point he's like, shake it out, everyone, shake and bake. And you're like, that's not a fucking yoga thing. Like, there's no yogi on the planet. It's like shake and bake. Yes, we're going to get in shake and bake pose, you know, like crazy shit, right? And
Yeah.
and then it's about him, but also about this young white woman that ended up like taking over, and she was doing Rama in Los Angeles. If you remember the Rama yoga studio that became super big, and all the celebrities and blah 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 were going there. It was a whole thing. Everyone's like Kundalini yoga. It's like getting high on your air. It's awesome. It's a whole. You got to watch this thing. It's fantastic. But watching how they ended up like structuring the cult just like in an organic fashion. And different rules and all the like, I'm like, it's the fucking same.
Yeah.
All of the cults end up being born from one insane person, usually, who just grabs onto everything they can in the ether and repackages it out of their weird mouth, and then it's all the same type of money grab. And this was they did like
money and power
with the front groups and the men's group and the women's groups and the kids groups and the thing, you know. And I'm like, it's all the same con. It's all the same you know, thing. It's just wild to me. And also this group in particular had a children's wing that they sent to a boarding school in India. Like, and the stuff that those kids went through, I was like, oh my God, this is like the ranch. This is like, I'm like this. It gave me such a huge perspective because there was no Scientology involved. So there was obviously the abuse is triggering, but totally different because it wasn't like all of the words and the language and the things and the symbolism, you know. So like, from not being inside of it, right? Which was really, really amazing to see. And that's part of the healing, is discovering that, which, you know, we all go through the emotions on that. And unfortunately for you, Valerie, like not only have you gone through the emotions of like deprogramming yourself from Scientology, like a lifetime of this indoctrination, right? And malnutrition and sleep deprivation and fucking human trafficking and kidnapping and all the things we've been through.
Oh, but they have photos to prove otherwise.
Well,
anyway,
I told Lara, I said, listen, you're going to go into this deposition. And I said, my only advice to you, because I got deposed in Laura G. Crescenzo's case, right? Which she won. She got a settlement as a whole. This is a whole different ball of wax, two different things.
And Nora, before you say anything, I want people to be very clear. This is Valerie's case. This is Valerie's arbitration. So Nora knows that I'm not going into it as somebody being arbitrated. She's just giving you your
me and support
I'm a witness.
I love
so
you.
As you all seen, I am a witness requested by Valerie Haney.
Yeah, in that case, I was called to get information. In Laura's case specific, not Laura. In Laura's case specifically, I was called for two major reasons. One, we were both on the concentration camp together. And then when, for those of you who have followed my story, when I left, I ingested bleach in an unaliving attempt to get, you know, either die or get kicked out. And Lara, like about a year after I did that, she did the same thing. And so they were trying to establish that I had like left a manual for people to like instructions. Like, had I encouraged her to do that, had I told people everyone should do, you know, like something ridiculous. But when I went into this deposition, I was very much at the beginning of my healing journey. Like I had been seeing a therapist for like 6 months, and I only saw them once a month. So I had like 6 sessions. Okay. And,
not a lot.
No, not a lot. And
I've had
like,
hundreds.
No. And it was just like, I've had like dreams, recurring dreams of what I should have said in certain moments. You know, because
Oh,
like
I hate those. Yes, I
just,
know.
like, it's
Yes.
so dumb because like I'm usually pretty
Hate
snappy.
that.
I'm usually good with the snappy comeback, but I was so like put back because two things happened. They started bringing up Facebook communications that I had with someone, and I was like, what the fuck, man? Like, that's my private communication on Facebook. Like, how the fuck did you get my Facebook messages? Right. And
Right.
the
Exactly.
lawyer that was there was like, yeah, that's, you can't use that. That's bullshit. But then the other thing they did is they brought out like a success story that I had written to try and debunk all the things I've said publicly. Right. And it was this very like, guys, and the other two beautiful ladies on the panel can attest, when you have to write a success story about anything that you've done, it has to be bigger, better, more
Everything is
more
amazing, and
Big
oh my
wins.
god,
Big
and if you
wins.
don't, then they'll flunk you. So
Right.
you have to do that to actually like move forward or get
Yeah.
done with the torturous whatever you were
Thank
going
you.
through.
Thank you.
Okay.
So they
Yeah.
showed me this thing and they made me read it out loud. And I started like cackling because it was so ridiculous. Right. And they're like,
Of
why are you
course.
laughing? And I'm like, this is so crazy. Are you not reading this? This is like nuts. But I cried a little bit in there. I got intimidated. And what I realized after is like, what I should have
Yeah.
said to Hendrik Moxon and the other fucks in that room was like, oh, I'm sorry. I didn't realize you guys were clear. That's amazing. Are you a Scientologist? And then I'd just throw them off and be like, I'm sorry, this was in my PC folder that's presentient privileged. Are you my case supervisor? How did you get access to that? And I should have asked for all my shit back, and I didn't. You know.
Oh,
And
but
I
they
still
wouldn't have
regret
given it
that.
to you because I've already
Well,
asked that many
Laura
times
got
and they
hers.
won't give it to you.
Laura got
What?
hers. That was part of her case. She was the very first and only person that I know, and you can cite that.
See,
that
this
got
is why I
every
wanted
single
yeah.
one of her original folders, not a copy. The actual folders are in her possession. I hope she had
Valerie,
a
you
fucking
can
Wow.
ask for your original, the original
back.
folders. Yeah.
Yeah, see,
legally.
but the difference is you went to a proper deposition and I'm
Yeah.
in a ComEv with
Yeah, this
Scientology.
is
So
like,
there's no
and this
lawyers,
is
there's
what
no
this is a
official
cosplay,
anything, there's
pretend,
no
you
yeah,
know, Adolf Hitler wannabe
yeah,
Inquisition that
yeah.
is under the guise of religion that nobody else can observe or look at and say, what the fuck are you guys doing? Because there are
And they
actual
never
legal
even
arbitrations that are legal that people decide, you know, like, for example, if somebody wants to get divorced, okay, but they don't want to go to court to battle out all the
totally.
fucking
I'm not
they can
dogging
do an
that at all.
arbitration. And they have
Yeah,
an
absolutely.
arbiter who's a member of the court. They're like certified person. They sit there, they listen to both people, and they kind of like, it's kind of like a little mini counseling session that's legal.
Yeah. And
It's
sometimes they have a
official.
court appointed stenographer or
Exactly.
videographer to
It's all on the
record
record.
everything. Yes. I would be totally fine with that. But this
Yeah.
is
And but well, wait,
complete
this is
torture.
completely different because even me, right? I'm pretty sure, and tell me if I'm wrong, Valerie. Your lawyers aren't even in the arbitration. Nobody's there. It's just
No.
you, me, and them.
Yes.
And I remember
No
exactly
outside.
in the courtroom.
Exactly.
No outside
You just
anyone.
want my lawyer there, and then Scientology batted that back, right? About you having legal
Yeah.
representation.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And-
And every single
and
day that I was
are-
there, I was like, my lawyers are in the parking lot or right outside. Can I please have them come in? I have a stenographer, a court appointed stenographer, videographer, like, you know, anyway.
Yeah. And so I'm just also
Anyways.
want to be prepared. And so I want the world to also know this is basically, and tell me if this is correct. And if there's anybody out there who happens to be an arbitration lawyer and wants to come in, give me and Valerie some little tips and please, I'm freaking wide open. In fact, because this is next week, it's actually kind of serious. So if you really are listening and you would like to help me, here's my email. You can email me right away. And I would love to pick your brain. I can even pay you for an hour of your time. I literally just have a few questions and that's about it. But I'd want to do everything beautifully in any way. And I know this case is different because it's Scientology. And this is the first time that Valerie's been in the position she's been in. And my friend seeing her and me being in the situation to know what's going on and what she's talking about. It's so new. And so I want to make sure I've got my head on my shoulders, and I'm there for her. And actually, I feel stronger being able to do it for her than doing it for myself. So it'll be great. Honestly, Valerie, I feel.
And we will be
like,
talking, and I will let you know. I mean, that's the other thing. It is triggering, like what
it
Nora
is.
was saying. Like you go in there, and in hindsight, you go, "I should have said this. I should have said that." You are going into your brainwashing for your entire life, and you're being confronted and being harassed and manipulated and and screamed at by the people that were
just you, Laura, that someone that you remember from your past, that they have like reports that you did something to, or that they did something bad to you, or someone who still they think will intimidate you, will be there, just to be there to look at you, not to do anything. Just to be in the room, because they can do whatever they want.
Not for this one. Not for this
Valerie.
This one is
not for Laura, because they want you. They want you to crack. They want you to not hold strong. My only advice is this: do not immediately speak. Like, we all have this impulse because of the indoctrination. When we're asked a question, we have to have an answer like this. Take a breath. Count to 10 before you say any words after any question.
Yeah,
you make them wait. You fucking make them wait. And collect your thoughts and make a little for yourself, And like I said earlier, if you don't remember something, don't start trying to, because that's our other programming, is that we have to remember everything. We have to be perfect. Just say, I don't recall.
You can say, I don't remember.
I don't recall.
That's I don't remember. I don't know. I don't know what you're talking about. What are you talking about? Oh, show me. How do you know this? Ask them. But I think because you're my witness, and they're going to be like, well, do you know about this? Or, well, how was your experience? Or, they're going to bring probably the cadet org up, or the Sea Org, or, they'll probably bring up that photo of, well, you guys went to Disneyland, so you guys were allowed to walk off the property, type of thing. So, but that's the other thing. It's literally a kangaroo court. It's insane, because there's no documentation. There's no recording. So they're already doing the ComEv off policy because there's no recording. It's insane. So
Mark, we want you to be subpoenaed also. I would love for them to try and like out fucking maneuver Mark Bunker. I would pop some popcorn. Honestly,
Mark Bunker. Oh my God, I'm sure they've served him a few times. I'm pretty sure he's joking about that. Okay, well,
it's guys. For the people asking, no, you cannot record for yourself. No, you cannot insist on other things.
No, they have metal detectors. You can't.
Talking about how there's like rabbinical courts and things like that for very strict sects of Judaism and things like that. So it does have precedence for them to do this, unfortunately, as a religion.
But as a legal standpoint, it's important.
Yeah, I can't even bring my phone into the room. That's just so you guys know. They have the guy that wands you with a metal detector. So if it's anyway. I have to
crazy.
Go.
Okay, honey. I love you. I knew it too. I was like, my honey bunny's got to go.
Listen, Val, we all have your back. We love you, and
I love you so much.
You're doing great.
And I will see you soon.
Okay, I love you. Yes, I'll see you soon, Valerie. So if there's any questions, and Valerie, I'll call you later anyways, but I love you, and thank you so much. I'm so excited.
Okay.
Love you. And also really quickly, Nora, I'm going to add up Otta LA too, because she was there with us in the sushi. Otta, you want to go this way? You want to turn it this way? You just turn the phone. You just turn your phone.
Yeah, but if she's really? No, but if she's in, there we go.
Boom shakalaka. There you go.
Sorry, I'm at the store, so I wasn't prepared for this.
That's okay. I was like, I saw you in the chat, and I said, that was just so sweet. I was like, pop up, come on in.
Let me get out the store.
In the chat. What's up, Liz?
What's that?
Liz Ferris is in the chat. She's saying, hey.
Oh, hey, Liz. Hi.
Nice. Is it the real Liz Ferris?
Yes,
Can the real Liz Ferris please stand up? It is. Are you sure? Did you check the account?
No, that's actual Liz. Yeah.
Hi, Liz.
I went to Magic Mountain with the Gold Crew. Are you talking about Gold Base in '99?
Probably.
Wow. Wait. Wow, Liz. So maybe we saw each other at Magic Mountain.
The only place we all saw each other, either the movie theaters in Burbank, right? Remember when we used to go over there all the time to go watch movies, or Disneyland or Magic Mountain? Because we would go to Disneyland for the big celebration if you won the game, the birthday game, and the Magic Mountain, if you got New Year's Day off, we would all try to go to Magic Mountain because nobody's there; they're all hungover except for us. So we would go and just like have the run of Magic Mountain.
Yeah, it's so true. And then also like not silly, but our stores for buying presents and everything literally was Walmart or Ross, like Dress for Less maybe, or whatever. Oh, yeah. What was the shoe store? The shoe store. Wow, it's so
USW then. It was something else where we would go.
Payless shoe store.
Payless.
There you go.
Yes, of course.
Yeah, I was never in, and I don't know, lucky guess, I guess.
And
so Audit, how did
though back in the 90s they had, all those outsiders.
And they would literally, one cadet could get one pair and somebody else right next could get, Astral got it. The next pair would be free or 50% off. Exactly. So they were like, okay, my mom and dad would literally on their day off would spend time to go to Payless shoe store. And it always gets my heart every time I talk about the things they did do. It really starts to fill up love in my space that makes me want to replace. I would rather feel that for them than the upset and the hate and the trauma that I feel. So yeah, if I ever pause and stop, it's because I'm feeling that. But anyways,
can I ask Audit the same question I asked Dan? So when you were sitting there I referred to Dan as a non-combatant, right? Because he didn't grow up in it. What was your reaction to seeing this rando guy?
That's excuse me, Nora, this is my channel. And I'm just kidding.
Listen, don't respect your elders.
Okay. She's getting me back for being drunk on her stream. No, but yes, Nora, Audit, I was literally going to ask you that. So other than me being like, what the fuck, Audit, are you doing freaking even talking to Joey at all?
And filming him. Heck yeah, man.
And she was filming him, yeah.
You have to always film these people. My regret is that I let I turned my camera off and we missed the rest. Patrick Perry.
Perry.
Didn't I say? I said, I bet we're going to see Patrick Perry because it seems like it's always one and then two.
So we did document him. You gave me your phone and I was like,
did we? Okay,
we did get him.
We did? Oh, I didn't realize. Okay,
but
good.
I was saying earlier, I wish we had continued as soon as I saw the heads popping over the fence.
Dan had the gut feeling.
You also caught the van. It was also the van, remember?
That's right.
There was a van.
Yep, there it goes.
Was it a volunteer minister van, or was it just one of the white ones?
Just a white van.
One of the white ones.
But I had seen it turning around in the parking lot. It wasn't one of their typical ones, like with the fogged out window.
Right.
It was different, but it was in their parking lot. I'm like, there it goes. And then, of course, people.
I think we should all have one of those 360 cameras. Like if we're going to sit down and have another, just turn that on. And it's recording and you're just like, then it gets all angles. Nobody's going to come up on you because it's 360, baby. We got you.
That's right. But I have to disagree, Nora. I am a combatant. I combat, man. I'm like I'm fighting this stuff.
I mean, like you weren't born into it. You are in the fight. You are in the war. I'm not excluding you from that. I just mean like someone who grew up in a regular home, in an atypical home with parents and, going to school and things like that. And what did you, and you've been, a lot of weird shit has happened to you too.
But, it still is. But it's like, I have a new one today. But I was like, at first I really thought that she was being served some kind of legal documents because I figure they're going to try to start on all of us.
Audit, what about when you first saw Joey, right? Okay, first we see Joey. I explained it early. First we see Joey, then not even like 10 minutes later, Patrick Perry walks by and we're just like, what the heck, right?
Yeah.
And then maybe 30 minutes later, then the white van goes. And then like 40 minutes later, we see the security guards bopping their heads up. And then 30 minutes after that, I get this letter, right? So this is Audit's view of like, what the hell? Like, what is going on?
Even Bike Guy was like, this is weird.
I know, because what it said here, because he said, you're served, right? And I'm like, So I didn't think they would use the same terminology. So I thought that maybe, because you figure maybe you don't know what they're up to, that maybe they're going to sue for whatever reason, or call witnesses for whatever reason. But I thought it was going to be court like related,
Me
not
too.
an
And I thought it was going to
arbitration.
be.
So you were scared to open it. I'm like, no,
I was like,
let's open it.
I was like, great, here I am, an RO or a restraining order or something. I was like, what is this now? Like, I was like, my brain was ready to be like, all right, this is the next thing I have to deal with.
But they can prove that they served. That's why I said that. So they can already prove, they already have it on camera that they served you. So, you might as well just look at it. You wouldn't be able
No,
to
I already
claim
did.
no service.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. I already
And
did.
so
I
you
did all that.
did.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you did, and you looked at it and were like, she was like so excited and shocked, but kind of excited. It's like, sorry guys, I'm like trying to get home, so I'm like, the sun's hitting me weird. But I am, yeah. So she was, and we're like, what's going on? And like, it took her like what 10 minutes to be able to get it out. And like, like she was just like stunned. And we were all just like shocked, like what is going on? And she's like, oh my god, like she could not believe that this was. Because we were just having like a normal dinner, like and it was such a great time. We were just having such a great conversation. And then this happens, but she was like really excited. And like, it was like, and then, right, you called Valerie, and then she said, oh yeah, it's for her, and so it looks like it's a good thing, hopefully to help her out.
Either way, like whatever it is, I'm reading it and it literally says, here, let me mute you really quick, Audit.
Sure. Sorry.
No, you're good.
I'll unmute you when I want you to speak. I'm just kidding. That's so fucked up. Here it literally says, I have been informed that Church of Scientology International intends to request. So remember, because I'm an SP, only the IJC is allowed to speak to me.
Right.
And so they had the IJC write this letter to me because I'm an SP. And so they're doing everything.
That you're saying that. That's
totally true. That's literally. So this guy even giving it to them, even Mike Ellis, the International Justice Chief, is saying he has been informed that I am a witness in this. So anybody, like not even Moxon is allowed to send messages to me directly, probably, unless it was for like a legal thing.
Do you think he'll be there to question you, or are they going to they're going to deputize somebody to question you?
I don't think they'll be there. I don't think Moxon, I don't think it will. I think they're going to try to make me be like, well, do you think it's okay that she was doing this? And why, well, the policy says, I think it's going to be a bunch of that. And it's going to be really slow and annoying and long because that's what they're doing. It's days and days
you should bring up the policy. I'll send the policy to you and you should be like,
I will bring up all the policies.
My only terminal is the International Justice Chief and I don't see him here. So I don't have anything to say until he arrives.
This violates your own policies.
Like literally bring the policy and be like, yeah, I can't speak to anyone except for Mike Ellis. So
yeah, it says intends to request. So hey, nothing could happen probably. They might be like, God damn it, Laura's on her shit. So I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, go ahead, Audit. I am
not her raising her hand.
She put the hand up.
The city life, it's so noisy. Sorry, guys. But but the funny thing is that Bike Guy was there, and Bike Guy, even today, we just had dinner. He's still talking about it. Like it really freaked him out. He goes, these people, he goes, like, he calls them scientists. He goes, these scientists, he goes, they actually think it's like a real court, that they really are like their own court. And he's like, he's still freaked out by it. And then he's freaked out by the terminology. He's like, a terminal. He goes, that means you're dead. Like you're dying. And he's like, why would they call it a term? Like he's so freaked out by it. And he's like, so like, wow, they really have like a high mindedness about themselves. Like they think that they really are par for, like what you would happen in a court. So he was like really interested. I mean, I was like shocked when it happened, but at the same time, I'm like, nothing can surprise me with these people anymore. I don't think anything will surprise me.
That's the thing. It's like we've been through so much, anything can happen, and that's where I'm mad at myself after all these signs, and we didn't film it, but like, it was as surprising as it was also very expected. But just the way they approached, just dropped it. I loved Laura's initial rejection. Like, nope. I don't see that.
I was like, absolutely not. You're not doing any of this. No.
And then we pieced it all together about, okay, now we know their MO, Joey, then Patrick Perry, then something is going to, like I said, we got their MO down and they're crappy. And then I'm dealing with them because I'm trying to find out who this, while I have you on here, if anyone knows anything about Richard Whelan from Freedom Mag, yeah, so I'm on a caper with that, but so I'll
Oh,
just throw that in there.
interesting. Yeah. Wow.
About to.
Okay, well there you guys go. Like, I mean, obviously they're serving us for something. So, I mean, other than letting, keeping you guys posted for Valerie's thing and staying on top of what we've been doing, literally calling in and protesting when we can and filming them and keeping the door closes and informing Sea Org members and the elderly that they're being abused and letting them, getting the city to start actually looking and inspecting the permits and seeing why do the Scientologists need to be closing the streets so many times during the week, during the month, like on so many different occasions when they're learning they don't believe in any sort of Christmas things or even Halloween stuff, and that they're just using this as a method to promote and recruit people into Scientology. And they're saying, oh yeah, well, we're doing this to help the neighborhood and bring everybody together. No. That's what we're doing.
Right.
They are using and manipulating that idea in the same way they're using and manipulating the status of being a religion and hiding all of their crimes through auditing and laundering money through real estate and the IRS and all that shit. So
we need I love it that you call, Laura, you're doing so strong with calling and you just are like, that's what we need, Nora. Hint, hint. When Nora calls in too.
I know, guys.
I need a second chance.
Real bad. It's starting to go bad right now. So I just was resting today. I need, it's like just trying to keep my body.
I hear you. It's going around, but I'm going to keep pestering because like we can advocate, but there's nothing like them. Like Laura saying, I grew up in this. I know what I'm talking about. You think like they're advocating because they've heard about it, but I lived it. That's such a huge difference. And so, and it is having impact because there's no more endless permits. They're not getting them. How many have they had? They usually have the entire summer blocked off, the entire fall blocked off. They didn't even get Father's Day. We got that one. And, but they got 4th of July and they had, Easter. And I think maybe one other, but that's it. And it's not for weeks or even a weekend. A lot of them are just like overnight or something. So it is the city is like, they want to, I think they're really on the verge of just fixing it because I think they're probably tired of it.
And also it's like, I think that they do see that a cult organization like Scientology does infiltrate. They did infiltrate the IRS. They did infiltrate. So they're going like, whoa. We better slow down and see what they're doing for real because people keep shouting about it.
And when you're talking about slave wages, like that's a bells and whistle too. Like that is scary. Like, like you're going to be liable because these people, it's against the law to have anyone working under the regular pay for working on streets. And they're working on the street for their events or for cleaning it, whatever they're doing. They said that they're in charge of the maintenance of that street. I cannot find any proof of that, any MOU or anything that shows that they have right to that street, even for maintenance. So I'm still trying to find that.
Well, it's like those signs, like the parking signs. I want to know where those fucking came from.
Yeah. The city that has no proof. They had a year. They did have a permit for no parking for Friday evenings for 1 year back in the 90s. There's nothing else since then. But that's how I think they got that permit.
Whoa. Hold on. Sorry, didn't mean to interrupt. Speaking of permits and all this, RB found a permit for a past interior working changing dormitories from 500 rooms to 350, converting the others to office spaces in Big Blue. That is so important.
What year, YRB?
Yeah, what year?
Yeah, we need to keep digging and digging for this stuff. And then yesterday was interesting. I went to the CPAD meeting for Hollywood. We have a new captain there. And Janet was there. So we've finally seen Janet again.
Yeah.
But apparently, and I got to talk to the new captain a little bit. I won't say too much publicly because we know they all watch. Well, let's just say I think there's not as in love with each other as before, because I was told that Scientology is not too happy with LAPD right now, and that LAPD said that they might be there might be lawsuits coming at them on both sides. So they're in the middle between the protesters and Scientology, and it's not too good right now. So
Well, you know why they're not happy on it? They're not happy because on Father's Day, they called the parking enforcement. They wanted all of our cars towed immediately, post haste. And the woman who showed up was actually like, I don't know what the fuck is going on here. What's happening? Okay, how about this? How about if you guys just move your stuff? And then that's it. We don't have to do a thing. But she told us in that moment, they had received hundreds of calls about the two cars that were parked, guys. Two cars were parked on the street, one of which was mine that I moved after. I was like, oh, I guess we're all parking on the street. Okay. There was one car prior to that that was
that one that we were using, which they had basically gave me I didn't have official permission, but they knew I told them I was going to be doing it.
But also the cops were like, sure, you got this sidewalks. You park your car. They were like, it's fine. Right. And they got hundreds. They flooded the fucking parking enforcement. So they sent like a lieutenant lady, you know, with her gold things in her fancy car, like to come out and inspect what was happening. This block party, you know, it was two cars, guys. Two.
Never dispatched before. She says never in all her career has she ever been dispatched.
There 15
to
years.
A call.
Yeah. No, it was ridiculous. And then all the cops that we talked to, right, because they kept bumping their music up like so loud, and we complained. And then every time the cops would get like half down the block towards them, they would turn it down real quick. And their fucking armed security that was like coming over to harass us while we weren't doing anything. You know, like, so the cops saw that too. And so did the security that you hired, you know, they were like.
And the day before too. And I told them this at CPAB yesterday, Scientology. So, you know, yes, I did tell them that on the day before, when they were trying really hard to get the company from the porta potty to not leave it, but to take it back. And then Gonzo was down there, you know, like, and they were trying to get her trespassed, like literally criminally trespassed with the police. I'm on the phone with the LAPD saying, I need you guys to please get down there. I can't get down there quick enough. And they said, look, we're in the middle of riots. We are not responding to any calls unless it's like life or death or, you know, very, very serious. And so they blew me off. But Scientology was able to get them there in 5 minutes, three different ones. And so I said that yesterday. I'm like, it's not fair because they're in your CPAB. So they have a special priority. They're able to get cops there in 5 minutes when you are in riots and you're on TAC alert.
You know how they do that, cops audit is they call them directly on their cell phones. They're not, because this is my theory, and I would love for the police to debunk this, is that Scientology security, all the security, right? They're in their different buildings. They have the speed dial of the patrolmen, of the detectives that they are buddy with, that they hire all the time to come do the shit. They call them on their cell phone, and then that officer will pick up their radio and say, you know, whatever the call's about, heading to blah, 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 I need backup. And so the reason that the Scientology cell phone call is coming in is like armed, you know, rioter.
Yes.
Right. Or whatever bullshit they're saying. So then they call in whatever that code is, in progress at blah, blah, blah address, backup, you know, requested, which is how 3 people will show up at once at one location with totally weird information, right, about a particular person. Like, you know, the night at La Poubelle, right, where they accused people of having tear gas, which is like, what? Nobody had that. That's just the dumbest thing I've ever heard of, right? So that's my theory. That's how I think that they're getting the primo service, because anyone else who calls 911 is like, well, I guess I'm dead. Like, yeah,
because there's a middle of a TAC alert. That means these cops are not going home. They're there until it's over, type of thing. Yeah. And so I'm calling them out. That's why at the police commission meetings, I'm gonna keep calling them out on that. It's got to stop. They've got to. I mean, they did just transfer out the captain of Hollywood. So we have a new captain there. So it's time for us to get to know him. And I want him
to get the cell phone records of his, you know, officers on patrol, because there's very strict rules for people, you know, on duty in regards to their other electronics use, Like they're not supposed to be on their cell phones. They're
Well, this
supposed
is
to
the
be
other
all,
one, but that's
through
northeast.
the radios.
Right. We got to get them fixed. We had to get it fixed. Nora, we need you to keep calling with the police too, and you need to tell them this.
Yes,
all right.
ma'am.
When your throat's better, I'll give you,
All
a
right.
little bit of time. And Laura, you need to come in person because it's just really helpful.
Yeah, I'm gonna come up soon. So I'm finishing and getting through things, but I'm feeling more able to do other things. So I'm getting there, doing that, getting the bills paid, all that and more, and now doing all of this. So, on that note, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just had to do that. Make everybody feel awkward for a second.
Awkward.
Okay, good. Well, I'm so glad everybody came up and we shared this, and now we know we are ready to do whatever we need to do in the future, and I'll keep you guys posted.
More TV tech,
and
please.
More TV tech. It's coming. Believe me, I
Yes,
have plans.
yes.
I have so many plans. It's just, how much do you want to get bashed down first before you actually implement them? So I'm just like, so things are coming.
We want it.
But, believe me, I know. But also, this also means that we have to have another dinner as well. So come join Nora.
Oh,
Yes.
no.
Yes.
Yeah, I know. Well, fuck. When I can get down to LA. Absolutely. I mean, honestly, I'm just going to promote it again. I'm shamelessly promoting. On Tuesday, this book comes out. That's where I'm going to be at the Powell's.
I pre-ordered.
Yeah, thank you. The largest independent bookstore in America, Powell's, here in Portland. Come meet Jamie. Get your book signed. Okay. He's going to do a reading. There's like a whole thing. Yeah.
I wish I could.
How
I was
cool.
gonna go. I don't know if I'm gonna go financially. I just don't think I can do it. And
I tried to come down to LA recently and I was like, I don't got no $800.
yeah.
Is it something people can possibly stream and we can tune in remotely?
I think somebody is going to be streaming it. It will not be me. I'm going to participate. I'm just there as an audience member to support,
I'm pretty sure T or somebody or Rika, I think it was Rika who's going to be streaming it for him. So it might be on his channel or whatever.
Yes.
We'll find out when we find out.
Jamie doesn't have a channel.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go. Maybe
on her channel.
On her channel, yeah.
Okay, cool,
I
guys.
can't wait.
Well, love you all. Thank you all so much for all your help and work and clarity and just all the stuff, all the paperwork and everything and the meetings and calling and learning and loving and all of that put together.
Guys, if you want Laura to go, send it to her Cash App, PayPal, Venmo, wherever that it's in the mod. We'll drop it. It's your links are in your thing, right?
Yeah, Linktree. It's all on my website, laura.fm.
Get her to Portland, y'all. You guys can do it.
Here, I'll put up my little...
You two are so funny and cute when you're like together, so I'd love to see that happen.
Absolutely.
Right? They're hilarious.
Make it happen.
Well,
grazie.
Diaz, who's in your chat right now, she sent me money to get everybody tacos and margaritas. So I already have to do that.
Oh, that's so... I love it.
I know. There's the best.
You guys literally are the best. Yes. I could make it happen going, but not financially. I cannot, but work and stuff, I could probably move around things, and then I have to be around probably for this thing. So I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, we'll figure it out, guys. Yeah. Hopefully we will. If we don't, then I'm here.
No stress.
All right. Love to you all. Keep on learning and loving.
Learning and